it's Keeley here for Soy and Shea. Thank you so much for joining me today as we go and make a custom soap. This is one of the builder soaps from off the website, and it has come in from Katie, who is a long-time customer and Pamper Club member. And she also sent me a little note saying that she's been wanting to order a builder soap ever since I released them on the website, and she's finally bit the bullet and put this one through. And I think I'm going to absolutely love making this soap because it's all purple. Let's go and see what Katie has ordered. All right, so I've got everything ready to go here. We're doing one of the 9-bar loaf molds for her. So we've got our oils and our lye water. She's gone with my signature recipe. We're doing a full lye solution here, so no extra liquids, but she has had the kaolin clay added in as an added extra. So we'll pop that in there, and it's just gonna add a real nice silkiness to the lather. What I'm gonna do is get my kaolin clay mixed in to make sure we don't have any lumps or clumps in there. So the next thing I'm going to do is add the lye water in and just bring that up to an emulsion, and then we're going to split it out for all these beautiful purple colours that she's chosen. All right, so we've got that all mixed up. Let's get it split up to these colours. Now she's chosen 4 colours. We have got a light purple mica, so I'm going to pour a bit off in there. We have got a neon purple, and then we are also going for a dark purple. Now I did cheat just a little bit. I'm using some grape soda, and I've also added in a little bit of black oxide just to get a really nice deep mica in there. The neon is just a neon purple, and then for my light purple I am using Mad Minion. And now the final color that she has asked to go in here is for Brazilian purple clay. Now she wants me to do a main color with drop swirls through it, and I thought it would be, and she said to surprise her with what I actually use as the main color, and I decided I would actually do the clay as the main color, and I've added in a little bit more. So when I put my kaolin clay in, usually it's calculated at 3% of the oil weight, but I did actually pull it back a bit and added extra of the purple clay in, extra to what I would normally use, so we get a really nice color, and she also gets the benefits from out of those clays. If I just did it as a little swirl, I just don't think it would really be worth putting the purple clay in, so we will make that the base so that I can get this well mixed in. I've just separated a bit off out of the jug. I'll get it mixed so we've got no clumps, pour it in there, this will thicken up while I'm mixing it. When I pour it back into the thin soap, it will thin it back out to a good working consistency. I'm going to get my colours mixed. I'm pretty happy with those colors. I did actually add just a little bit of neon purple in here because I felt it was a little bit too much on the brown side of purple, but adding that neon purple in has brought that back to the red side because she already had the micas in here and they weren't all natural colors, like natural clays. I just felt that that was okay to do, and I'm really, really pleased with the color that has come up, and hopefully all of these are going to shine through beautifully. Now for our fragrance, we've got black raspberry vanilla. This fragrance usually is so easy to work with. So we're going to get all of that mixed in. That should just thin these out just a little bit. Really loving that dark purple that I've been able to get. And I literally added just a tiny, tiny little bit of black oxide into that grape soda, and look at that beautiful dark purple. Really impressed with the color that purple clay has come up. I decided, as I said it before, that I was going to drop back the amount of kaolin clay and add in extra of the purple clay, and I basically took that up to about 2.5%, whereas normally I add it in at about 1%, and I am absolutely loving the color it has come up. I am starting to believe a couple of things when it comes to natural colors, especially here in Australia, because I see so many people in the US using natural colors with such great success, but I constantly hear from other Aussie makers that they really struggle with the whole natural color thing. First up, I think I actually don't use enough natural color to get these really bright, bold colors. I was watching a couple of soap makers over the last few months, and I've noticed there's a real difference between the amount of colorant I put in to what they put in, because I'm so used to working with micas. And the other thing is, I actually think I've not found any Australian maker that can really get a beautiful blue out of indigo, and I reckon the indigo that we get in Australia just is not the same as what I see American people use. It could be something to do with having to go through a treatment when it comes into our country, because we've got very strict biosecurity rules, so maybe it goes through the radiation that affects how well it can colour. I really don't know. I was talking to someone else about that the other day, about how I just feel that our colours are not the same as what is got from overseas, but who knows, who knows. All right, let's get our mould. We want a main colour with curls, so we're going to put in about half of the, oh gosh, it's a beautiful colour. I know on the screen it looks really brown, but it's actually got this beautiful purple colour to it. Now I'm going to just drop pour all of these others in. I will keep a little bit back to go on the top, because we want a chopstick swirl top on here. So I won't need a lot, because it is only a small mold here. But I'm going to get, oh gosh, these are going to look so nice in here. Really pleased so far, and it's smelling really good, Katie. All right, let's give that, save about that for the top. Oh, let's see what this purple is, this neon's going to look like. This is just going to really pop, isn't it? All right, I'm going to go. Oh, I can already see that that is going to be absolutely stunning when we get this cut. All right, the neon has thickened up a little bit more than my other colors. All right. Now we're going to pour the rest of this in. Again, the clay's also thickened up a little bit more, because clay is a lot thicker than what the neons is, but I think it will give us some really nice swirls. So I'm going to come up quite high and pour the rest of that in there. Oh, it's looking lovely. Going to get my bulldog clips out the way now that we've got our mould standing up. Get the soap off them. My bulldog clips do get washed after every soap making. All right, let's get this scraped out without completely and utterly blocking your view. I'm trying to cover up as much of that colour as I possibly can so we can scrape out my jugs. I find if I add more on top, sometimes it gets a little bit muddy. Let's wiggle it out with the spatula there. Oh gosh, it's looking so nice. And as I said, I'm really happy with how this Brazilian purple clay has come up. I have got other soaps where I've used this Brazilian purple clay, and it's just not as deep a colour. So very happy with how that's come out. I think I will have to just remember to add a lot more to the soaps than I usually do. All right, let's get these bits out. This has actually, I was hoping to do a bit more of a wiggly top, but it has thickened up a little bit on me here. It is also going into some cooler days as well. Overnight was actually quite cold. I woke up in the middle of the night searching for my blanket, which had fallen off the end of the bed because I was so cold. So we are into some cooler days. So I'm going to have to start adjusting my soaping temperature to accommodate to that, so we don't get too lumpy. Soap making always keeps you on your toes. It is never the same twice. even if you keep it one colour and one scent, it will never work out the same twice. I can tell you that. It behaves differently every single time. But look at this neon against all those colours. This is going to be so nice once we get this one cut open. This pot's almost scraped out as well. Don't usually clean the edges of my soaps off because I find I make more mess when I do, but that bit was annoying me. Now she's asked for a chopstick swirl top, so that's what we're going to do. Keep it nice and simple. It's a nice consistency as well. So for the chopstick swirl top, I just basically come in and just give some little bits of swirl. We'll get that colour going, but I'm also adding a little bit of texture. So we're not just doing a flat top swirl. That is an option on the page, just to have a flat swirl. But this one is a chopstick swirl, which just gives a little bit of texture on the top of the soap without being as defined as, say, a spoon top swirl. And that, again, is another option with the builder soap. Oh, but I am absolutely loving these colours. The clay will probably create brand new words here. It will probably fade just a little bit because natural colours always do. But there it is. That I'm really happy. I'm not going to play with that anymore. I'm going to leave this one set up and then we'll be back shortly and we'll cut it open and see what swirls we've got in the inside and how those colours play with each other. Okay, it is the next day and we are ready to cut into Katie's soap and it is looking absolutely stunning. This is the best purple colour I have ever got from out of that Brazilian purple clay when it comes to soap. So I really do have to learn to be a little bit over generous with the natural colours, I think, to get those really nice vibrant colours. But let's get this one cut open and we'll see how all those other colours look against it. That has cut through like butter. I'm going to get rid of the end pieces. Oh, and I can tell you this, there's such brilliant choices there, Katie. Look at those colours in there. That neon really, really pops against that clay, and that dark purple has come up absolutely gorgeous as well. I am so happy with how this one has come up. I'm always worried when people want me to use natural colours in soap because I really do struggle with them so much. And not only that, natural colours do have a tendency to fade. Oh, wow. But I'm pretty sure that this one is going to hold really well. So I'm going to get these ones finished taking off the cutting thing off the cutter. Gonna get them all tidied up onto the cure rack and then get these sent out to Katie in about 4 to 5 weeks time. I hope you do like this one, Katie. If you've enjoyed coming along with me as I've made this custom builder soap, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below. And until the next video comes out, I hope you have a good one and I will see you then. Bye.